What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We at it again. You know who it is. Your boy John.
I'm a fucking white belt slayer. Still here. Still slaying white
Back
belts.
at it again.
Yeah. Sorry we had to miss last week. We got our schedules were fucked up, and then we decided to get fucked up on Saturday, and
We got pretty drunk.
I had to go to San Diego on Sunday, and then we just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
King of the City, shout out.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty
yeah,
badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that.
Yeah, it looked like
It was really cool. You know, there was probably, I would guess 80 like straight spectators.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then between
That's a good amount for a small.
Yeah,
like,
well, they moved it. It was
Yeah,
at
to
a
Sweetwater
Yeah,
High
so it was
School.
like perfect. It was like perfect amount. Like
Yeah.
they had enough chairs and like.
Well, they moved it into an actual gymnasium.
So it was cool. It was cool. Like, it was a really cool vibe. I mean, there were some really good fights, man. There were some kids. There's this kid named Javier. I know he's friends with this other kid. I know he's young. He's like 14. This kid Aaron, I know from Alliance and Redlands. I don't know how I know a 14-year-old, but I know this 14-year-old from jiu-jitsu. They're boys, but that kid has Javier or Xavier is a fucking savage, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he had this kid in a reverse triangle, like not like reverse mounted, reverse legs. And he ended up fucking, I think, arm locking him from that reverse triangle. It was wild, dude. His mom's all yelling and shit. But he's from Otto's headquarters and savage, dude. He's 14, I think. It's good.
These young
really
kids
good,
are just wild.
There was a bunch of good kid fights, and like there was a couple like kids and adults, like probably like a 17-year-old versus like a 30-year-old. You know what I mean? Like they were putting in that work, and then a bunch of those black belts pulled out, and then Bill the Grill ended up winning it. And dude, shout out to Bill the Grill, but I think Dan could have won that. I was bugging Dan to get in it. I think Dan could have won it. Like Bill won it like on a because it's sub only, so it ended up. So the first one, he was kind of going back and forth with the dude who was you could tell he was a pretty good black belt. Then he ended up getting some wild. I don't know if you guys know who Bill the Grill Cooper is. All right, so Bill the Grill Cooper, he's one of the OGs in the sport. He's not that old. He's my age. He's our age.
Training a long time.
He's been training forever, but he's from. I think the guy's name is Farginia. It's fucking. Up in Santa Barbara, Paragon Jiu-Jitsu. So he's from the original Paragon. So I think he's really kind of Jeff Glover's black belt, but I don't think Jeff promoted it. I think Farginia, but he was like Jeff Glover's like main dude.
Yeah.
Coming up. So like this dude, he's won everything. I think he got in a little problem with drugs and shit like that, but it seems like he's back like on his shit right now. And he's got a kid who's 16, who's a fucking savage blue belt. And dude, it's just, but he's the shit he was doing is wild. And like, it was this was funny, like so he starts off, he walks up, claps hands with this dude, turns around and does the straight judo front roll. Perfect. 100% perfect. The reason I bring that up is Jeff Glover has a whole BJJ Fanatics video on rolling, on just tumbling. Like you need to learn how to it's actually on break falling. Like you need to learn how to break fall. I'm like the technique that dude executed that judo roll on is fucking amazing. Like, and the judo roll is just the same forward roll we do, except for you kind of have to yeet yourself a little more, because what you do is when you slap the mat, you lay your legs a certain way, and it pops you back up.
Oh, okay.
So you stand up. So, like, I'm getting pretty good at it now, but, like, before, my forward rolls were garbage. And, like, they were garbage 3 weeks ago when I hurt my neck. This last week when I went back, I kind of saw everyone doing it, and I was like, oh, you just got to commit.
I've noticed sometimes, like, you suck at something, and you keep trying to, and it sucks, and then maybe you take a little bit of time off. Yep. And when you come back, it just clicks, and your brain had time to like process everything you learned or something, and then it just works. Did
I tell you how I hurt my neck? Fuck. So I was at judo. So the judo school I go to follows the college courses. So they had it they do that at UCR. They have a special room. They have mats, everything right there. But they have a judo club for kids, and it's in Riverside. It's like deep in Riverside. So they're like, hey, between the semesters, it's free to come. You're a member of our team, so come train at the kids club. So I went one day, and the vibe was kind of off, and I wasn't feeling it, and I was sore because only like 15 people showed up. Normally, there's like 60 people in these classes. So they had one of the other black belts teaching, not like the normal black belt. And he's like, hey, I'm going to show you guys this, and what you do is you hop on your foot, but when you're hopping on your foot, you're pointing your toes like ballerina toes, and then they want you to switch uchimata and front roll. So I'm watching, because when you try to do the uchimata in judo, you have to forward roll. Yeah, you have to commit to that shit. That's the only way you eat fools. You know what I mean?
And keep in mind, it's for judo, not jujitsu.
Yeah. So it's not great. It's no good for jujitsu.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Because you give your back up.
Yeah, you give your back.
But in judo,
normally, if you get it, they roll out to the opposite side.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I won.
Yeah, because you slam them and you kind of just roll over them, right?
Yep.
It's okay in jujitsu, but the opportunity is someone's going to grab your back.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not good for jujitsu. But they're showing like, okay, you go and you do this forward roll into the uchimata, right? So I'm doing it, and like it just wasn't clicking in my head, like, and I fucking face planted right on the fucking ground, dude. Like, boom! I was like, oh shit, my neck is, dude. I felt it go all the way down my spine.
That's funny.
And it's been fucked up ever since. My neck's been fucked up ever since. But because of that, I was like, fuck. Like they did my first advanced class was on Monday, and it was the advanced warm-ups, which were wild. It's not the same bullshit warm-up we were doing. It's like, so they'll line everybody up, and then they start in opposite corners. You have to like full yeet yourself into a forward roll, and you kind of meet here. Like you meet like at a diagonal line for the people who are just listening, and then you forward roll across each other at a diagonal line, and then you forward roll out. It's just to keep the line moving. So you're going like in a triangle. A bunch of people are going. There's like 4 people going at once. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, I just got to hit this shit. So I started yeeting myself, and I was like, oh, shit, this is how you do a forward roll? Like,
yeah, it's at your brain telling you don't do it, but then as soon as you get it, you're like, oh.
And then it's like, so I do my right side, you do the right side. It ended up being like 4 or 5 rolls, right? Like in this W pattern. And then they're like, okay, the left side now. And I'm like, oh, fuck, my left side is so bad. My left side was better. Like I was actually popping back up. When I was on my right side, I was popping back up to my knees and standing.
That's cool.
But the reason I bring that up is Bill Cooper just did that like as his warm up before the fight. Like not a warm up, but just like, well, all right, it's time to get after it.
Yeah.
And like, dude, his execution of that forward roll, chef's kiss, dog. More motherfuckers in jiu-jitsu need to practice this shit.
Yeah. I thought about I remembered, but I just came back from my trip. We had that night right after. I was like, I was done. I was like,
it was cool.
I was tired. Yeah, it seemed cool.
Yeah, and then so Bill was doing this wild shit. Like this dude had him kind of stuck like a knee shield. And then you see him fighting like the knee shield. He's fighting because sub only, so he's looking for subs. He's trying to grab shit. Then I just see something in his face and like in his head just click.
Like, oh, I go for this.
Dude, he just pushed his fucking guard down, mounted his ass, dude, and the fucking ended up getting him something. I can't remember what he got the first guy with, but the second dude, they were going back and forth. Like this dude clapped hands with him and then shot a double on him. Right. And he was defending like right away. They ended up being on bottom, and the dude had him mounted. Dude was a little bit bigger. He was giving him the gas, and then finally Bill swept him and was stuck in the half guard, was trying to pass, couldn't pass. Motherfucker turned around and went 1,000% on a toe hold on this dude. For sure something popped. Homeboy didn't tap. He won by a decision, but
yeah.
Oh, dude. But I was like, that's what you see because he was so creative. Like that lineage of jiu-jitsu from that Fargina guy to Jeff to Bill, it's just like his son too. Like crazy fucking. They're just doing shit I wouldn't even think of. Like how do you get your legs there? How do you move your body here? Like, but overall it was a really cool tournament. All the fights were really cool except for the dude I fought last time. Same shit. The dudes got stalled out. He just stalled out, and finally he ended up kind of foot sweeping the dude and just almost getting an arm lock on him. I want to fight that dude again. I need one more super fight. Then I want the rematch with Big Homie from fucking Marietta.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
No, I know. What's the worst happening?
I like what they're doing, so that's cool.
They just announced today white belt tournament. It's November, so white belt no gi. So if you're in Southern California, you want to fucking get wild on a no gi white belt tournament.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go to that.
What's it called again? It's
King of the City.
King of the City.
Yeah, King of the City.
Check them out on Instagram.
Yeah, it's like it's a funny spelling. We'll throw it in the link or something, or just follow. We post about. They post us. We post them all the time. So, but that was a cool event. You been rolling this week? You sound sick.
I rolled Monday, Tuesday, twice on Wednesday.
Were you at 10 or what?
Yeah, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Yeah. And then so I rolled with fucking Ismail, and I'm like, all right. And that was my first roll. I was like, fuck.
Fuck that right. Fool.
So I did.
Hey, remember when he toe holded your wife?
I did. Shut up. I did all right.
Don't forget.
Then he went after he started going for wrist locks, and he caught me, and I was like, God damn it.
Dude, he's good with them.
And then afterwards, I rolled with blue belt, and I was like, fuck it. This guy's getting wrist locked. So I wrist locked him, which was weird. And this is where you see the differences in the belts, because like I just testing it, and I just kind of went like this a little bit, and then he kind of went like this, but then he put his hand like right back, and so I was like, okay,
say his name, shame him.
I don't know his name. So the second time I was like, well, if you can put your hand back, like that time I got him, and I it went boom.
Oh,
and then I was pulling it in, and then I let go, and he was like, and he was like this. So I gave him a minute. So then we start rolling again. He's actually pretty good on the ground. With his guard passing and stuff like that. So I was able to get him down. I was in his half guard, and again he we're rolling, and I start putting weight, and he just like grabs my collar straight up,
got him.
And his elbow was on the ground. I'm like,
congratulations, you played yourself.
I was like, so then I just like pushed his elbow in, and, and like that. And again, he was like, tap. I was like,
hey, but you know what? That motherfucker's gonna learn.
He's gonna remember.
You know, Vino.
Well, afterwards I talked. I did pull him aside. I'm like, hey, when you grab someone's gi, don't go straight on. You gotta
or grab it higher,
or grab it at an angle. Like never. I was like, that's why I caught you like that. I didn't tell him like, dude, after the first time you should have. Yeah.
That's because we were
like fool me once. Yeah. You should have let me do it again. Like the first time I was just, and I was telling him a lot of times I'll play with someone, and if they're not gonna move their arm, then I'm gonna go for it. So.
Dude, I mean, I was fucking wrist locking white belts this week, but I use it like as movement.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm crushing you from side control, but I can't get a submission, and you start putting your hands in dumb places, I'm gonna start trying to wrist lock you so you forget about me trying to choke you. Yeah.
Or open your legs because you freak out and you open your legs and that's like
exactly.
Pass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
if you don't tap. Right.
Yeah, that's because we were born in the dark, dog.
So that was fun.
Yeah,
but I had a lot of good rolls this week. I rolled with Albert yesterday. My final roll. Oh my god.
Also,
by the time we were done, both of us were like laying there like that was fucking the worst roll ever. It was so much. I was so. We were both just like, dude. I was like, I looked like I took my gi and I just jumped in the shower after we finished rolling. Like we were both just like completely exhausted. It was fucking awesome.
He's sharp right now. Like the things that he does are sharp because he's getting ready for that comp in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So like, dude, everything he does is sharp. Like I almost don't want to teach him the dark art shit that I know because you start to teach these motherfuckers like the hot shit or just like the shit that they don't think of. Like I mean, he's got shit he could show me, but there's also like we get in a stalemate. Like I just try not to tap the pressure to that motherfucker because I don't want to hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Jonathan in Oklahoma.
His pressure is ridiculous.
Pressure tapping motherfuckers over there. But so like his pressure is wild. But if we sharpen a couple of his tools, dude, he's unstoppable.
Yeah, he's already hard for me to handle. So
I mean, he's hard for me to handle too. But like I know his game so well, I know where he's gonna go. So it's like I'm just defending on him.
Yeah.
I need to work the offense on him because when I work offense on Albert, I do pretty good against him. But if he catches me when I'm tired, or if he ends up getting that fucking sacrifice throw on me, it's fucking game over. You're not getting up, dude.
Yeah.
I've only ever got up from the bottom on him maybe like 2 or 3 times.
I used to be able to get out.
Oh yeah, used to be able to
bottom,
no problem.
It doesn't. I can't anymore.
I remember when it changed because he ended up like almost getting the sacrifice throw on me, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just go with it. I'm gonna sweep this big fool, and it's gonna be normal game time. I'm gonna whoop his ass. He motherfucker put the pressure on me so fucking wild that I was like, what the fuck?
I used to be comfortable going for like lasso and stuff with him, but like
fuck that.
Between Misa doing it all the time, and then I used to do it all the time, like I just can't get it on him anymore. So
dude, he's just too big and too fucking strong.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's strong, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he's the only person that's not higher level than me that can still scissor sweep me like it's nothing.
He's also like, again, long legs, long
arms. Just a big dude.
Like big dude.
I think he weighs about the same as we do, but he's a big motherfucker.
I'm a skinny dude. What are you talking about?
What do you? Oh, speaking of, you brought this on yourself. Congratulations, you played yourself. How fat are you right now, dog?
Yesterday was.
Hey, hold on. I saw this motherfucker eat like 4 plates of food on Saturday.
I only ate once.
Bullshit. Yeah, maybe once, but it was 4 plates.
It was all chicken, and what else did she have there? Oh, a corn on the cob.
You had a street corn?
Fucking amazing.
I gotta start making those.
And then
I sent me a piece of that corn.
Send me a piece of that corn later. Yeah. It was all in the brisket.
Oh, I missed that. No, it wasn't brisket. It's tri-tip.
Oh, tri-tip. Yeah.
Dude,
that shit was amazing.
Hey, no disrespect to my wife, but she makes that shit. I don't really like it.
Well,
Stacy,
she makes it in that smoker, and she like
that smoker's the way to make that fucking tri-tip. That shit is
so everything she had there was pretty healthy, but I only ate the once. I didn't eat again. Everyone got seconds.
Motherfucker, I saw that.
I drank a lot though, but I didn't. That was it. It was a big plate, but it was all meat. It was all meat.
It's all meat, baby.
All meat. So it was like 219. 219. So because like when I came back, it was like 225, and so.
So hey, you've realized that you've come to the dark side. 222.
No. I'm going to go back down.
You're not going to make 208 in fucking 6 weeks.
Oh, I'm not going there. There's no way.
But you're going to do that too.
Yeah,
under 222.
222, yeah, whatever
under.
It is. Yeah.
Because it's 222 above.
Yeah, I'm not doing above.
Yeah,
I'll make that.
Yeah, no, you're not going to make You're not an above motherfucker, dog. You're too small, homie.
Yeah, I'm too small.
Too small. You ain't ready for this fucking.
Too small.
Yeah, but dude, when you're 190 whatever, bullshit.
Yeah, but I did it wrong. But I did it wrong. There's a difference.
Yeah, but right now, motherfucker, you're strong.
Yeah, but I didn't do that correctly. If I do that correctly,
I need you to stay at 222 just chopping down trees with me. We got to let them know for the old homies.
Too much for competing.
Speaking about chopping down trees. So the judo tournament I did.
Oh yeah.
Fucking the motherfucker was like 7 foot tall. I'll throw the picture on my Instagram if you follow me. He was big. He's legit. He's probably like 6'3", 6'4". And that was bad game plan, homie.
Wouldn't that be better for you if he's taller though? Because you
would think so, right? So this is what happened. So my judo is no good. I'm still learning, right? And
so is he. I'm assuming
he was an orange belt, so he's 1 belt above me.
Oh, okay.
That orange belt looked pretty cooked.
So they don't do belt.
No, it's white, yellow, and orange together.
Okay. And
then green goes maybe by themselves, and then black and brown go together.
Okay.
But his belt looked worn out too. Like motherfucker had been putting in that work on that belt. Anyway, I don't know much in like straight judo. Like the only judo that I'm pretty solid at is based on 3 other things that I can't do in judo. Like it's all jiu-jitsu shit. Like, okay, if I go Uchimata and like you take me down, cool, I'll sweep you, whatever. Or like I go Uchimata and you don't fall down, I can go into a single. I can go into like the cross, the kochi. There's all these other things I can do that I can't do in judo. So, and I was thinking, I need to get this motherfucker moving.
Can you do like balloon sweeps?
Yes, but if you don't get him moving, they'll call you for a Shido, and they'll stand you back up.
But still, it's worth a shot.
It is. My balloon sweep's not that great. It's okay, but okay. So back to the rules of judo. So it's just like jiu-jitsu, but except for if you get thrown and it's like decent, but you don't land square, you get a half point. And then there's something else you get a half point for. But then you can get pinned to lose, and then you can get ippon to lose, right? So on the first match, I was just trying to get the dude moving. So he was big. So I came in on super confident, and I went to go ouchi on him, like as an inside sweep, just to get him moving. And when I went inside, he basically just tackled me and then pinned me. Like he got me in the guard, and I went arm lock on this motherfucker, like straight arm lock, and I was all, and I was like, oh, this is illegal. So
why is an arm lock illegal?
You can't arm lock at that belt.
Oh my god, that's dumb.
Yeah, so I had the straight arm lock, and I was just like, full force into it. And as I roll my hand over, because like to get his arm to do this, as I roll my hand over, and I was like, oh, this is illegal. But I went so hard on that arm lock, I didn't think about my legs, and he passed my guard and pinned me. And I was like, fuck, okay.
That's just a point, though, right?
No, he won. If you pin him, you win.
Oh, a pin counts too?
Yeah.
Like,
so he got a half point for that bullshit takedown because it was just basically he tackled me, right? And then the ground, if you hold him down for 20 seconds as a pin, it's over.
Ah.
So he ended up pinning me because I'd let him pass my fucking guard, and he went north-south on me. And north-south's the hardest place to escape. Especially in judo, they do this thing where they like underhook you the way they teach it because there's no submissions. It's just they want to pin you. Yeah. So, I mean, I could have submitted him from there. I should have tried to baseball bat him, but I was so committed to that arm lock, I let him pass my legs. Bad mistake. So I had to fight the guy twice. So so much taller guys, you just want to work foot sweeps or shoulder throws, like hand throws.
Yeah.
You don't want to do anything hip wise.
Because you can't get your hips too far.
Because the hip distance is too far. Because I do want to be under him.
Yeah, but he's still going to be standing.
Yeah, so I need
get that leverage.
Well, at least the one hip throw that I'm good at, which is Uchimata, it's no good for tall guys because you got to lift them with your legs. So my leg I'd be touching my head on the ground. My leg's still in his crotch, it's all the way up. So the second time, and I was talking to the coach, I feel weird saying sensei, my coach about it, I snapped him. Dude, his face almost hit the mat. He came down big, and I was like, oh, here's my chance to launch this fool. I jumped in Uchimata on him. I'll show you this whole.
Oh, when he stood back up?
No, motherfucker.
Wait, if you snapped him.
I snapped him.
And then when he stood up.
As he was coming up, I go Uchimata on him. Motherfucker reversed me, just boom, threw me over and slammed me on my shoulders, Ippon. Dude, I drove fucking an hour and a half there, hour and a half back, waited for like 2 hours. 2 fights, less than a minute long. It was bad.
That's part of the game.
It was bad. Dude, and it's like, Brianna videoed it. Dude, I look so bad fucking doing jiu-jitsu or judo.
You learned it.
It looks worse in judo because
you're out there, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think I'm going to compete again like early November. There's one coming up, so I think it's the week before World League. So I'll probably go out there and do that one too. And they're cheap. They're like $50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal.
Are they like in gymnasiums too? I'm not in like.
They're not as big though. Like, so this one was at some high school in Orange County, but there was like 300 competitors. People came from all over the world. There was people from or all over the U.S. There was people from so first of all, I didn't know this shit. The Armenians are big in judo. Dude, it was like 80% Armenian motherfuckers from Glendale. So like in Riverside County, I think there's 4 clubs total.
And that's not a lot. If you guys know Riverside, how big Riverside is.
It's huge. There's like 4 million people here. Dude, and I was asking my sensei, I was like, yo, how many clubs are in Glendale? And he just laughed. He's like, 6. He's like, that I know of, 6. In just Glendale. And if you don't know about Armenians, Glendale's a little ass town. There's maybe 500,000. It's in LA County, so it's attached to LA. But Glendale is like the second home. I think there's more Armenians in Glendale than there's Armenia. So, dude, and like it was all Armenians there, dude. Everyone was bro, dude, and there was Adidas and fucking cologne flying around like crazy and shit. But those Adidas motherfuckers about it, dude. Or those Adidas, those Armenian dudes about it, dude. They were all really good. One of the kids from our school, he just turned 18 today. No, sorry, his brother turned 18. He's like 16. Dude, fought this dude for like 20 minutes, because the rounds are short. They're like 3 or 4 minutes. But if it goes to overtime, it's until someone scores.
Oh shit. So it just keeps going.
Dude, the overtime was like 12 minutes long.
Damn.
And it probably lasted 20 minutes because they stop it, stand him up, and stop it and stand him up. And he ended up winning, dude. And like these motherfuckers take it so serious, little homie was outside crying when he lost. Not the dude for my team. My dude for my team won.
Yeah, the
dude he beat, and he was like this fucking crazier looking Armenian kid.
He was crying?
Yeah, and then I was like, hey, did you see he made that kid cry? And he was like, dude, I fought that kid like 12 times. He's like, he's made me cry a couple times. I'm like, damn, dude.
A rivalry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are good when you have a rivalry. That's cool, man. That's
crazy. I think anybody can sign up for these judo tournaments. You don't have to be a part of a club.
Just go sign up.
Yeah, there was someone there wearing a fucking jiu-jitsu belt.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was like, a jiu-jitsu blue belt, and I was like, oh shit.
And you just showed up to compete? Like
yeah. I looked like he had a judo gi on.
What is a blue belt?
The same as me. So, but they don't have a blue belt.
Yeah,
at least like in our system, like the true Kodokan system, which I think we're under, the blue belt's only for kids. Purple belt too is only for kids. So like, he fought the same bracket I did. He was just lighter and older. But dude, I think they're all smooth comp. You can just go on smooth comp, sign up for these motherfuckers.
That's interesting.
Yeah. If you ever want to test yourselves, get on smooth comp judo tournaments.
I know I watched there's a video I seen of a guy who's like a blue belt, and he's trying to learn judo. I think he did like 1 or 2 classes, and then he went and signed up at a judo tournament.
Yeah,
he got his fucking ass handed to him.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I do.
But he was like, he doesn't train judo. It was just he went to like I think 2 classes, and then the one class he went to, because his friend's a black belt, I guess they kind of got him into it. Yeah. One of the classes he went to was just black belts only or something. Yeah. And so he went to this class and
got fucked up.
Yeah, he's just getting murked. So
it's funny, like when I first started doing judo, they were all not the main sensei, but like all the other black belts are kind of standoffish because they knew I was a jiu-jitsu dude. Because I came in wearing a jiu-jitsu gi, so they all knew right off the fucking bat. Because it was a gi with no patches on it, and I had it made. I bought it on Amazon. I bought it like 2 sizes too big, like a year ago, and I had it tailored to see if I can get it to fit better. It's still big, but for them it's small. So they knew it was a jiu-jitsu gi. So they're all a little bit standoffish. But yet on Monday, I was talking to one of the black belts because, like, dude, when he was doing his forward roll, you ever see Leo do a forward roll? Mm-hmm. Where like he runs and jumps, looks like he's flying. Yeah. So he does that, dude, and like he ran and then jumps forward, and it looks like he floats for a second, and then he tucks into the roll. And I was like, dude, you're the flying squirrel, dog. I was just fucking with him, and he was like, I really want to try jiu-jitsu. And I was like, come on Saturday, I'll get you in. We'll try it and shit. And he was like, I've been fucked up a bunch at jiu-jitsu schools. He's like, I've gone a couple times just get fucked up. And I was like, hey, you know the best part about jiu-jitsu? He was like, what? And I was like, you can go sign up as a white belt right now. And he was like, really? Yeah. I could do a tournament at a white belt? And I was like,
well, is he black belt?
Yeah, he's white or blue.
No, he's got to do blue belt.
Is that a real rule?
Yeah,
I thought it's a rule. Yeah, so even blue
if you
belt.
do the collegiate wrestling, then you have to be a blue belt, or your judo black belt, you have to be a blue belt.
Hey.
But I think you'll do fine.
Dude, first of all, he's big. Yeah. He's like...
Yeah, but...
He's like 6'2", 220. So he'd be in that bigger division. His fucking judo is crazy.
Yeah.
He's good. He's real good. He's one of the better older dudes. He's probably like early 30s. He'd be eating fools, dude.
That would be interesting.
I'm trying to get a bunch of them to come down like on a Saturday. Like just call all the jiu-jitsu homies and call all the judo homies.
I'm just going to be sitting down every time. Fuck throwing me. I'm going to sit right here.
They're interested in that. They're like, so what happens if you sit down? I'm like, why fuck you up? That's what happens. Yeah. Like, so they're like, but they have an advantage on the feet. So if you get that, if you feel like some kind of way and you want to stand up with these fools.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
No, and like on Monday again, it was the
unless you go for things that they are not used to. Ankle picks.
They're all pretty good. They're all pretty good at defending.
Sprawl.
Yeah, not sprawling, but just defending things. Mm-hmm. So like the wrestling, I think they might have trouble with, but I mean, judo guys, I think generally do pretty good against wrestling. It just depends on how you've trained and what you've done. Yeah. But On Monday, again, was the first day of the I guess, fall semester.
Mm-hmm.
There was like 90 people there or some shit.
Damn, that's a lot.
It was crazy. There was like 16 black belts.
That's a lot.
And then about 45 people in the advanced class and like 20 beginners. And they said both classes sold out. I think it's 150 in the advanced and 50 in the beginners. So they have 200 students for this semester that'll be coming in on that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then like I've seen more black belts than that there, but there was like I think there was like 15. I counted them.
Well, I think like it doesn't take as long to get a black belt in judo.
The shortest one there is 7 years. Got their black belt in 7.
I thought you said it was quicker than that.
I think it depends on who you are. But I think for there, it was like 6 or 7 years it took them to get the black belt. But I mean, they're only trained judo a couple days a week.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah. So if you're like training all day, every day, like you could probably get a black belt in 3 years. But I mean, still, it's a lot of people that are pretty committed to it.
Yeah. I mean, just to make it to that level, it's a commitment to get there.
But there,
I can't imagine the amount of falls you've had at that point. Thousands.
Dude, you don't even feel them. It's crazy, man. It's
Thousands.
Crazy. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Oh, no. So some kids I hadn't seen before came because they didn't do the summer. Hey, if you want to scrap, come see me because I'm down to fucking get after it in judo. These fucking green belt dudes showed up, which is 2 belts above me, and they were down to fucking scrap, and they were getting after it, and it made the fights fun. Like, we both threw each other. We were both like, I went to go foot sweep this fool, and I had him, like, I drag him sideways and, like, the foot sweep from the back.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Whatever, some version of Sasai. And I was all, in my head, I was like, fuck this dude. He's getting fucked up right now. And I was all, that, and he just blocked it. And I was like, ugh. But yeah, judo's way funner when people are down to scrap. Most people are just trying not to get thrown. But when the dudes who are down to scrap, they don't care if they get thrown or whatever.
When they try to go for throws,
and
you leave yourself open.
Yeah, and that's when it's fun because, like, dude, these 2 kids, these fucking Mexican kids, they're big too. They're probably like 19. Dude, one of them, fucking Sanagi, the other one, I swear to God, his feet hit the ceiling, dude. I'm looking, talking to someone, and I look over, and this motherfucker is straight up in the air and just boom. Enough of that judo shit, though.
I was thinking earlier when I was rolling with that white belt, and I fucking swept him from that.
Oh, shit.
I saw his feet in the air, and then I see your face right there, and you just looking at me.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you said something.
I was like, you ain't never going to catch me in that bullshit.
But that shit was sweet, though. That shit worked. I tried it on the...
I just saw, like, your face and the way your shoulders were, and I knew exactly what sweep you did. I was like, damn, dude. You got fucked up.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting it.
That's the one where you, like, switch and you go under and, like, lift him or something,
I
right?
just frame with this arm, and then you grab the lat.
Yeah.
And then you frame, and then you kind of put yourself in north-south.
Yeah.
Which gives you the leverage to just kind of bring them over.
It's interesting, like, how you start picking that shit up as you progress more. It doesn't matter your belt, but as you show up and you progress more. Because, like, for years, it's weird to say that now, but for years, my half guard shit kind of worked. And now it works on most people. Like, unless you're, like, bigger than me or you're around my same... If you're bigger than me, you're lower belt, you're going to get swept. But if you're around my same size and my same skill, it's still not there. But, like, switching from... Like, the reason I brought that up is switching from just trying to sweep people sideways to sweeping people over my shoulder, which you only pick that up by years of rolling. Like, that's how it works. And if you start to watch... videos of people half guard sweeping people, it's never sideways.
It's a commitment.
It's either back at an angle or forward at an angle, like, and then it's like over your shoulder.
Balancing them.
Yeah, because that little angle creates the off balance where they can't reach for it, you know.
And then I rolled with Josh, and like I don't know, maybe a few.
The encyclopedia.
Maybe a few weeks ago, he got me in a Kimura, and I swept him. But the way that Omar's never showed, and I got out. I don't remember if I got the side control or whatever, but I got out of it. And so he caught me again in a Kimura yesterday, and I went for it again.
Was he talking shit?
And then when I swept him, he was out. He got up and like was out, and he's like, he's like, not this time.
Yeah, he's like, fool me twice, motherfucker. Yeah.
I thought that shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
dude. Everyone expects us to like.
He's super sharp.
Do like what Omar shows is a jump over or like the pull to.
Oh yeah.
Or to pull him over.
Yeah.
But this other one just usually always works for me, so I always go for that first. But now I know, like, if I've done it to them before, you got to do something else.
The only person who really ever catches me Kimura is Bobby. I mean, he catches it from the top and the bottom. I mean,
it was omoplata.
Yeah, that's why I thought you meant. You said jump over. Yeah.
Yeah, I meant omoplata.
Yeah, the omoplata. The only I get at it either one or two ways. Like I do like the jump over one, but everybody knows this. They start to grab your legs. So I either try to. This is probably not very good, but I try to lay flat and wiggle my arm, like limp arm my arm out, and it works pretty good. The other way is like.
But I mean, won't they just stand up or sit up and then?
Yeah, but I'm not getting fucking omoplata anymore. So like what I'll do, it happens probably like I get out that way probably half the times I get caught that way.
The only problem with the forward roll is you got to be careful with the arm bar. You don't get
right because they'll fucking lock you in. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a good week. I came back and
it's only Thursday. You still got more days left.
Yeah, tomorrow.
I'm gonna try to roll tomorrow. I gotta leave super early in the morning on Saturday, so I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna try to do 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then 7
I'm going to call your fucking work and tell them you're not working, dog.
I have this blocked off on my calendar. I put it personal time.
Yeah, but you should.
My lunch.
You should be.
Take my lunch. I go to do jujitsu.
And then what do you do after that?
Come back and fucking work in my sweaty ass clothes.
And then what do you do before that?
What do you mean? I do work.
What time do you do your workout?
Oh, whenever I can. If I'm in a meeting.
I'm gonna call.
I'm not talking.
I'm gonna hide a video camera.
I already know some of them listen.
I'm gonna hide a video camera up in this motherfucker, and then start sending it to fucking. I can find those motherfuckers on LinkedIn, dog. Hey, look what this motherfucker's doing. It's work. Look at the timestamp.
Look at the timestamp.
I'm gonna start hiding newspapers in here and shit.
That's funny. Yeah.
But what else I wanted to talk about? Oh, the Crown's pretty popular.
Oh yeah, the Crown's.
Let's go to it. I think me and Brianna are gonna go.
Where is it?
It's in Orange County.
When is it?
November something. It's kind of expensive. We gotta buy tickets now. It's like $100.
That might be cool. I see my girl wants to go.
Yeah,
I'm sure she'd like to do that. Well, it depends on the day because
I think it's like a Thursday or something.
My girl's birthday is in November as well.
Take her for her birthday. Say congratulations, you're going to jiu-jitsu.
You played yourself.
I think I was pretty. I don't know all the fighters. I just kind of know them casually. All of them I've heard of, but the biggest one that was a surprise to me is that Victor Hugo's not doing it. That motherfucker must be on the Acai and Jesus.
Who else? Someone just got popped for that. Another big name just got popped.
Yeah, Philippe Andrew.
No, another one after him.
No. So check us out. So I don't know the guy's name, but the first place dude popped, and they were gonna give it to him. So they tested a sample. That motherfucker popped too.
Just let it fucking happen.
Just let it happen.
Just let it fucking happen. I think that's who it was. It might have been.
Yeah, just let it.
And he wasn't even that big. They're not big. They're just small.
And it was the same shit that was clomiphene. So they were coming off test.
Coming off, yeah.
Yeah, or they were trying to boost their natural test. Is that how it works? I'm not really sure. No.
It might do that
because I heard I
think you could do that too.
I was listening to someone this week and they were talking about, oh, you should get on test, and he's like back in the day I did HGH and clomiphene to boost it instead of like being on straight testosterone.
Yeah,
that was like the protocol back in the day.
Can help you because it's supposed to kickstart it.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not like it's going to get you to the ranges of taking tests. It might give you. It's probably only going to give you a few hundred extra.
Just fucking get on this.
Just let them.
Fuck IBJJF. No one fucking cares that these fools are on drugs.
There's no money in it for these guys too. So it's like,
and you're losing the big names. Like, hey, I'm not trying to besmirch Victor Hugo, but that fool looks like he's on the acai right now, and like he should be. Everybody he's fighting is on steroids. Yeah. So he's at a disadvantage by not doing that. I mean, Nicky Rod's the only one that's not.
If you take a look outside of the physical advantages. And this is still a physical advantage. The amount that these guys train and they need to train to be at that level, your body can't naturally heal like the way it needs to keep training at that pace and without like injuries and things like that. So it helps them recover at the same time, and train more. So,
but even besides the comp training, most these motherfuckers got to make a living. Most of them teach at schools. So they're on the mats literally every day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So it's like you're training for comp and then you're also teaching. Like you need something like let these motherfuckers get juiced up. I'm trying to see 50 Gordon Ryans.
Oh my god.
Or like 50 Nicky Rods. Like let them be all fucking dieseled out. It doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, I don't.
Your shit's gonna get broken whether you're on steroids or not steroids. Like if you get caught in an armbar and you don't tap, your shit's gonna get broken. If it's a 12-year-old girl or a 40-year-old man, it's gonna get broken the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Let these motherfuckers get on the acai.
Let them have at it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the organizations don't give a fuck, at least for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
so
one championship don't test.
I mean, neither does ADCC, neither does CJI.
I think ADCC says like right up they don't test.
Yeah, they clearly says we don't test.
And then Craig was talking about testing people just for fun.
Yeah, he
said it was too expensive.
He said he wouldn't release it. He just wanted to see who.
Just for his own personal
his own personal shit
Yeah,
to know who's actually doing it.
Well, I mean, Craig's put out his stack multiple times.
He's not on anything crazy.
He's not on Trent. He's
on
everything else.
He didn't have anything super crazy. It was like
Anavar, Test, Deca,
Tadafil. But they were all like low doses, nothing crazy. Like I guarantee you, when Gordon Ryan's on his shit, it's like high as fuck, and he's probably like, I don't know, maybe you think he used HGH?
For sure.
Because that's the big one.
So like Test makes your face bigger, for sure, no doubt about it. Your face is bigger because you're holding water, and it changes a little bit, right? That motherfucker went from looking like a boy to looking like, what did Mikey Musumeci say, like a 40-year-old man?
Yeah, he's like, we're 1 year apart.
Yeah.
He's looking at him and looking at me.
Hey, Mikey looks a little old too, though. That's years of getting your face crushed grappling, though.
Yeah. What happened? Oh, he got hurt. And then Gordon Ryan was up in his Instagram, was like,
"Oh, at least for a 40-year-old man."
Yeah, at least he doesn't look old though.
Yeah. No, he's like, I guess he missed weight. He's like, I never missed weight in my life. Not bad for like a 40-year-old.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Mind you, that's not. I don't think that was Mikey's fault. That was. I think ONE FC was looking for a reason.
Hey, someone came out. Someone from ONE. Oh no, Brendan Schaub said this. Brendan Schaub hit up Chaudhry because like the next week he was there. He was at the. Brendan Schaub is like a paid person for ONE. They pay him to do shit. So he was there at that tournament. He hit up Chaudhry. He's like, "Why the fuck did you guys do that to Mikey?" And he's like, "Mikey said he could do it. We told him we weren't going to do it, and Mikey said he could do it."
As a promoter, as someone that it's pretty fucking obvious. What he had to lose like 30 pounds in like 4 days, something like that.
I think it was less.
It's like it's common fucking sense.
No, but they weren't going to strip him, and then Mikey said, "Strip me."
I don't believe that.
I think Mikey's trying to get out of his contract.
You think?
Yes.
He wants to fight other places?
There's shit's popping off in ONE right now. Like 5 former champions came out and said that fucking ONE is nothing but bullshit and fuck them and like, yeah.
I mean, the problem is you have like your Demetrius Johnson who comes out and he's like,
yeah, but he was already such a huge name when he went over there.
They probably kept him as
but these other dudes, like I read these things that the dude from Karate Combat, fucking awesome, Asim.
Yeah, the guy who runs it.
President Awesome. Yeah. Is fucking saying he's putting out all this shit, and it's like straight quotes from these people. They're like, "Hey, I went into ONE as like a 12-0 fucking champion, won the ONE championship. They wouldn't pay me what I was supposed to get paid. They wouldn't give me fights, and if I wanted to fight, I would have to fight for a third of what my contract said."
That's wild.
There was like multiple people saying this. Yeah. This was a couple years ago, but it's the same leadership. Yeah, nothing has changed. Yeah. So you know, I mean,
unless you're a mega star.
Unless you're DJ.
I mean, because I'm just going to say...
Or the Rotellos.
Yeah, or the Rotellos. Because I was going to say, even Mikey, I mean, he's a pretty big name.
Yeah.
And he's got a big social following.
Not as big as DJ, though.
No.
But I mean, like, think about what they're paying Mikey. The first time they hit him with that bonus, he started crying.
It's probably that big.
Well, no. So the bonus is $50,000. Yeah. So what are they paying him? If he's like
crying for $50,000.
Yeah. Maybe they're paying him 10 to fight. 10 plus expenses.
NDA don't talk about how much you make. It's different countries, so they could do stuff like that. So maybe.
Yeah. Well, no. When they come to the U.S., they have to disclose it because it's sanctioned by the commission. So you could look it up if you really wanted
to. But did ONE fight in the U.S.?
They just fought in Denver like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're trying to come here, but I mean, just UFC is so big in the U.S. that.
Well, plus you have Bellator. They're still around.
Kind of. It's Bellator and PFL combined now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Saudis bought PFL and then bought Bellator, so they're fucking going to pump money into it. Francis is actually going to fight in PFL.
Ngannou?
Yeah. Because he's been in PFL for a while, like 3 or 4 years, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Before those 2 boxing fights, he was a PFL, but part of his contract was that he got a box.
Mm-hmm.
But his boxing got so big, like money-wise, no one thought he was going to fight in the PFL, but then he got knocked the fuck out by Anthony Joshua.
They said Alex Pereira beat Francis Ngannou's
the punch thing. You can half believe that, but I mean, I believe it. I mean,
I believe it. That motherfucker.
Dude, Izzy was on Rogan today talking about how hard he fucking hits.
I was surprised that he was giving Alex Pereira any props because he's got a.
I think they're kind of boys now.
You think?
I think. Well, they're civil with each other now, but also like the feud's done. Izzy won 1. I mean, Alex won 3, but Izzy won 1. Izzy's not the champion anymore. He just sounds like he's like Basically, he's like, yo, if you're going to fucking pay me real money, I'll go fight. I don't need to fight for the championship anymore. Yeah. And he's like, if I fuck everyone up and they give me an opportunity to fight for the championship, I'll fight for it. But he's like, it's not my priority anymore.
He's
like,
already made his mind.
He's like, I'm looking for the way out. He's like, I got 2-3 years left. He's like, maybe I got 1 year left.
That's the smart. You see more and more that these younger fighters getting out.
Yeah.
Like
dude, he's old.
Like, what, 30-something?
35?
Yeah, like look at Demetrius Johnson. Same thing.
He's 40.
But that's what I mean.
At that weight, that's
But
old.
they're getting out.
Yeah.
Before they're fucked up.
Yeah.
Where before, like, look at like
Chuck Liddell.
Look at Randy Couture. Look at like BJ Penn. There was this other fighter. I don't know if you've seen. I don't remember his name.
The craziest thing though is fucking BJ Penn don't need that money. That motherfucker is rich. His family's one of the richest families in Hawaii.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Continue though. You're looking at.
I was watching this video of this fighter, this like Filipino or something on Instagram, and it like showed him in the beginning of his career, and he was talking or whatever, and then it was like watching his fights, and then they would go to a different interview maybe 5 years later, and then an interview 5 years later, and by like now it's like you can't understand a word he's fucking saying.
Well, I was talking.
And he's still fighting.
Yeah. I was talking. Oh, fucking! What about Bigfoot Silva? Motherfucker's been knocked out like 14 times in a row.
I haven't seen him lately, but
he's fighting in Russia and shit.
Last I saw, he was like hunting in his farm, and he was like enjoying the retired life. Now he's fighting in Russia.
He's been fighting there for years, getting knocked out. But I was talking to Greg, Muay Thai coach Greg, on Saturday, and he was saying that the Thai fighters retire in the 25.
Yeah.
But by the time they're 25, they got like 400 fights.
Well, they start when they're like 8.
Oh, younger than that. So in
so
Thailand, the families basically give the kids to the gyms because they can eat there.
Yeah.
And they make them into fighters.
And hopefully they'll be world champs. Yeah. But that's. I've had this discussion with Carol once when we talk about the difference between like jiu-jitsu
here in America
versus jiu-jitsu.
I was like, I can't even get invited to a conversation now.
And that was like in the conversation. And it's the same along those lines as Thailand is. You guys, you're talking about people that have nothing. Yeah. And their only light.
They're looking for a way out.
Their only light and their way out is to fight and to learn the sport. Like sumo is the same way. I think there's a lot of like sumo. They give the young kids to those whatever they call them, and they just train their whole life because that's their way out. That's their way to make it.
But we have that too. It's called the NFL. It's
NBA.
called basketball.
The NBA,
So like,
but it's not the same. But yes, you're right. Actually, kids, it is the same. The guys that you see at the top are the ones that usually come from like.
There's
nothing.
Almost
unless
nobody.
You're a quarterback.
Unless you're white.
And you're a quarterback.
Yeah, you're a quarterback. Almost, they all come from the streets, and they're all like, they started playing Pop Warner when they're like 4, then now they're just getting after it. But even though football's so brutal, I mean, even like there's no guaranteed money in football, but like contracts could be millions of dollars. Like you're not seeing millions of dollars in jiu-jitsu unless you're pushing it out there.
There's this YouTuber for a little. He got on my nerves, but at the beginning, I thought I liked his story. When I first found him, I forgot his name, but he's some college kid, and in college, he was playing football, and then he started a YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel blew up, and he was making money, and then they were like, "You can't make money as an athlete, as a college athlete."
So he quit.
So they were like, "You either have to give it up or you have to continue." So he said, "Fuck it," and he quit because he was making a shit ton of money on YouTube, and he's continued. But when I first started following him, he was still out punting, he was out practicing, and he was trying to get tryouts for the NFL. And it just never happened. I mean, he came close and, whatever, but it just never happened. And I saw a clip recently where he was being interviewed, and now he was like, it's not fucking worth it. Yeah. He's like, what am I going to do? Go fucking get the league minimum, $500,000 a year? He's like, I make 10 times that here on YouTube. Yeah. He's like, it'd be a pay cut for me now. It's not worth it. He's like, it was a dream, but.
You know who else is like that? So I could be remembering this wrong, so I'm pretty sure I listened to it on Rogan, but you know the dude that did that crazy back kick off the dude had his leg and he back kicked him and knocked him out? Fuck's his name? Joaquin Buckley? Mm-mm. So Joaquin Buckley in the UFC, he wants to go kick someone and homie grabbed his leg, like high kicked it, and he spun around and kicked him with the other foot and knocked him out.
Oh shit.
It was huge. It was like the knockout. It was all over the place. Well, that dude's brother would do like all the vlogs and shit, and now that dude's brother's like one of the biggest dudes on TikTok and he makes more money than the fighter. Yeah. Yeah, from just being around and shit.
Yeah, there's so much money to be made under social influence as a social influencer if you can make it.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
I'll tell you this. So I did YouTube for a long ass time.
Go follow his other channel, Justin Jesse.
And the amount of work it took just to do it the way I was doing it was a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Like editing, making the videos.
Constantly editing, making videos, coming up with ideas, coming up with content. Yeah. And my stuff was all motorcycle related, so I had to like go on rides. Those rides would be all day. And then I had to take 10 hours of footage, bring it down to 30 minutes, you know, figure out how to make it. It's like a lot of fucking work. And so like a lot of people don't understand that like your favorite YouTubers, they don't have a fucking life. Their life is, what's my next video? How do I plan my next video? How do I learn CEO? How do I learn, or COE or whatever SEO. It is? SEO, yeah. How do I learn that? What's the next trend? It's that's all it is. And it's fucking hard. I mean, they make money, but it's definitely really hard.
It seems like anybody right now that's successful and young is off of social media. Like in the world I'm in, like the screen printers, the ones that are popping, like they blew up their social media, they got it going.
And then their screen printers blows up.
Because they did it together, and we're trying to do that. We're gonna start doing the ads and posting more like on my screen printing page, so we can get it so that we start making more. You know, make it so it's livable for everybody that does it with me. So we're just trying to grow that up. But yeah, you got to have the social media thing. Like we just do this for fun. Like if we could cut even, I mean, we do. This doesn't really cost anything, but we pay for like. We pay to put it up on the internet. I mean,
we pay
the lights, the camera. We need to buy a hard drive,
software, hard drive.
Yeah. So it all has a cost. It's like it doesn't cost us anything, but it's not free either. You know what I mean? There's like a cost to all that shit. And it's like we just do it for fun, for the love, so we can talk to people and talk our bullshit and fucking make friends on the internet and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I would like to drive it towards more. Like we got to start going out and doing like things.
Well, we did. We sponsored the One Fighter.
Oh yeah, we sponsored
Nick.
His name's Nick too.
And then we did sponsor the
King of the
City.
Yeah,
which was cool.
Yeah.
So
I should have got better pictures of it. Like there was people sitting in front of the banners the whole time.
Yeah.
But what I was sitting there. I didn't talk to anybody. Like I didn't go up to anybody and say anything. They made me get on the mic and say who I was and shit.
No, they did it.
Yeah. Chris did.
What did you say?
He was like, hey. He hit me up that morning. He was like, hey, we're gonna talk like an ad for you. Give me what you want to say. And I was like, you don't gotta say anything, dude. I'm not worried about it. And he's like, well, I was like, I'm coming though, so I'm gonna come watch. And like, he was like, well, when you come, I'll let you get on the mic. And I was like, I don't want to be on the mic, dog. And then he was like, no, come up. And I was just like, hi. And then like I was sitting down, and dude, we gotta say, we'll have to make another banner. I don't know if they're gonna give it to me or what, but they didn't give it to me that day.
Yeah.
So this banner is the picture of it. It's our fucking logo. And it's fucking 4 feet tall. So like I'm just sitting there in the crowd watching, and I'm getting up like looking because I couldn't see over people. Yeah. I'm standing up looking at the fights, like getting stoked, and I saw someone go like this, and look at the banner, and look back at me, and then look at the banner and look back at me. You know, I looked at him and saw him.
That's funny.
Yeah, for that alone, it was worth it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's cool though. Yeah. I like that. That's cool. I like the fact that it's more about like us supporting them, and then they're very willing to like.
We need to put a fucking tournament on, homie.
A 40 fighting tournament?
Yeah, the old dogs only. Bring your kids for the first day so we can get paid. Yeah, and then we'll throw some money at it and do a fight. I'm trying to put together a tournament right now. I don't want to talk it out of existence yet, but next year I'm doing one. It's gonna be badass.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I got one more thing to talk about.
What's up?
So, how do you feel about being a crayonche? So Professor Jonah is always out there asking me, am I a crayonche? Because he's training both places Muay Thai.
Well, Muay Thai doesn't have that, so.
I mean, they got something like it. Fucking crayonche, Jonah. But the big thing is Professor Leo traded teams on us. Motherfucker's Gracie Baja now.
You're out there.
So what? So are you a crayonche if you move? There's no Gracie Muay Thai where he's from. Where he lives.
No.
I don't know, dude. I think he's a crayonche.
Gracie Baja.
Gracie Baja, you gotta wear the fucking blue shield, dog.
I mean, if you move somewhere, I don't think so. But I mean, you couldn't have picked like mom and pop's gym or like.
He tried a couple. That was the one he liked the best.
Yeah.
But you know,
I bet it's hard to go into.
Hey, but the dude Devin, motherfucking the Devastator, that fool rolls at a gym and his Gracie Muay Thai stuff. He just lets them know. So what's up, bitch?
What I was gonna say is it's probably a difference too for Leo. He's old school, so
that's where the crayonche came from. The old school.
But I mean, like you go to a newer, smaller gym.
Yeah.
All the things that you're used to probably aren't there. Like the things you're used to in a gym, the format, the structure, the discipline.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Not the same as if you go to like a Gracie Baja.
Did he say that in the chat?
No.
Oh, that's exactly what I talked to him about it.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking right now. That's probably what it is. He's used to that style. You're gonna find that in like a smaller school.
Yeah, this was exactly what he told me. It's not like a secret or anything, but he said he went to this gym and he liked the guys a lot, but it was a lot of no-gi focus, which he's not really into no-gi. Yeah. And then he said they were doing Galaxy Guard, and then I asked him, I was like, "What the fuck is Galaxy Guard?" And he just laughed and he was like, "It's some Keenan shit." And I was like, "Did you understand it?" And he's like, "I guess." Motherfucker's a third degree black belt. He's been training jiu-jitsu for like almost 20 years, I think.
It's probably called something different.
And he doesn't know what the fuck it is. Yeah. Like, is that still jiu-jitsu? What do we fucking do now? We're doing ballet now?
New shit.
Yeah.
New shit.
But back to the original topic on the King of the City, I think Dan could have won that tournament with a lapel guard.
Maybe. You'll never know. I think he signed up.
That fool ain't competing. Nah, that fool's not competing. That fool's a hoe.
I tried to get Jonah to sign up, too. He didn't want to sign up either.
Jonah's going to do a fight. Well, maybe I shouldn't talk.
Hey,
fuck it. We're gonna pop it off. Jonah's trying to do a fucking MMA fight.
Yeah, I know the way Jared did.
Yeah. But his was going to be full contact. Jared's was semi-contact.
Yeah.
Because it had the pads on.
Yeah.
But I was going to do it, too. I was like, fuck, I'll do one of those MMA fights. Like, I don't know how to strike, but maybe I can grapple someone. Yeah. Like Lisa Simpson.
Yeah.
But then it's $500 fucking dollars.
You have to pay to fight?
Yeah, no. It's quote unquote free to fight, but you got to sell 10 tickets and they're $50 each.
Oh, but that's easy. I think you can sell 10 tickets at the gym.
I know, but then that's still I got to give this motherfucker $500 to get my ass beat. Fuck that.
They got to sell the tickets, so it makes sense.
I don't know.
I don't think
back in the day when I played music, all the bitch bands had to fucking pay to play.
Yeah.
I was never in a fucking pay to play band, but all my bands were signed. But yeah.
Dude, on an off topic, there's some wild shit going on in this world right now. I was watching.
I don't pay attention. What's going on?
The hurricane.
Oh shit! My boy lives there in Nashville.
I was right before you came. A little bit before, I was watching a video of this guy. He has like helicopter videos, and he got like a helicopter from Puerto Rico and he rebuilt it. They were like rescue a helicopter, whatever you want to call it.
Was it a Robinson?
I don't know.
What color is it?
It's blue. It's small.
Is that a big fucking pointy thing on top?
No.
Okay, continue.
But
yeah. Sorry. That's what we used to do.
His point of the video.
We used to buy Rex and build it.
Well, his point of his video was he was gonna he finally finished it and he was gonna go fly it and show it, and then this happened, and then his friend called him and was like, "Hey,
can you come get me?"
No, his friend was like, I think it was his friend. He said they need help.
Yeah.
Like we need helicopters here, and so he was like, "Fuck it." So him and his wife they flew out there, and then he was just like, as soon as he showed up, they were like packing his helicopter with shit, and he was just flying, dropping off, taking people and stuff.
It had to be a Robinson because you can't pack shit in a little helicopter.
It only had two. Yeah, it had like a one back row.
Yeah, it's probably a Robinson.
And he was kind of like, he's like, I wasn't sure I was gonna make a video out of this because I feel like it's kind of like I'm bragging and I want help. But he's like, people need to see how bad it is.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, I was like, man,
it's fucked up.
That shit is crazy.
You see, Tim Kennedy was out there too.
Yeah. He was like out there the first day. People talk shit about him. Dude, he's out there no matter what.
Hey, he is getting paid by the government, but I mean, he's still battled out there. I mean, that shit ain't safe.
Yeah.
You know, the helicopter thing, though, I don't know if people remember this. Maybe 6 years ago now, there was a mudslide up north, and it fucked up the 101.
Mm-hmm. That was right before I went on my trip because we couldn't go to the 101.
Yeah. So we used to have, when I was in the helicopter business, we had these really, if you have a helicopter, you got money.
Mm-hmm.
So it was these rich fucking dudes that lived there. And the only way out was the 101. So there was like a group of, I think I could say it was Peter Thiel.
I don't know who that is.
He owns Twitter. Or he owns PayPal. I'm rich motherfucker. So Peter, I'm pretty sure it was Peter. They got trapped, and all those neighbors were like, hey, we need like food and shit. And he was like, okay, we'll just make a list. I'll fly my helicopter to go get it. That was the only way they could get in and out for like months.
That's wild. Yeah, because it was shut down for like half a year. It was a long time.
Yeah. So I think after like a month or two, they may have dug like a dirt road. Those people up there are so rich, they were just like, we'll just stay here. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were stuck up there.
And then you had the other thing that's happening is you had. The only reason I'm bringing it up is this is pretty fucking crazy. Is that fucking Iran fucking 200 fucking intercontinental missiles to fucking Israel? I'm like, what the fuck? And then one person died, and it was an Iranian.
Do you know what's crazy though? I think people think that Iranians are poor.
their government is not poor. They just run it's a dictatorship.
They're rich as fuck.
Yeah, they're dictators.
Of course, they have fucking interballistic missiles, and you want to go fucking the Muslims?
They're
fucking the Israelis. Hey, I don't have a side.
Yeah,
the Israelis are fucking with Muslims, and Iran's like, hey, fuck it, let's use this as.
Well, that's not what happened. They killed the Hezbollah leader.
Yeah,
and then
who's Iranian and a Muslim.
Yeah, and so that's why they attacked. Yeah, apparently. But I did see there was a video of them blowing up one of the missiles in space.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's just like.
Wait, they had ICBMs?
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yes. And so there's a video of they're looking in space, and then all of a sudden you just see this blue you wouldn't know it was an explosion. You wouldn't know what it was. You'd just be like, what the fuck?
What day was this?
2 days ago.
You think we could see that from here?
No,
it's on the other side of the Earth.
Yeah, it's on the side. But it was it blew up. You could see it blew up. They blew it up in space and stuff. So I was like, dude, that's fucking wild. I'm just that shit's about to pop up. And then. What is it? The ports in the East Coast are on strike. And so for some reason, everybody's hoarding. Even over here, when our ports are open.
What are they hoarding?
Toilet paper, water. In Arizona, all the Costco's are running out of fucking toilet paper and water and everything.
I was going to Costco today to get water.
Well, I was at Costco, and then this all popped off, and I was like, why the fuck is everyone hoarding shit? And then I was like, no, we probably should have got at least one extra thing or something. Yeah. But it's everyone's joking because they're like, all the toilet paper is made in the United States. It's not coming.
It doesn't come from overseas.
Most of it is. They're saying it's coming from the United States.
Yeah.
But so people are hoarding for no reason. And then I watched an interview with the guy that the what do they call it?
The guy that's running the union.
Yeah, the union boss. And he looked straight up from the mafia, dude. Straight up. He's like, you know what happens on week one? He's like car dealers don't get their cars, and then they can't sell, so they're fired. And then he was like, and then construction people can't get their construction on week 2, and now houses can't be built, and now they're fired.
Yeah.
And now realtors can't sell houses, and blah blah blah. And he was just but he was the way he was saying it was like a mob boss giving a threat.
Well, he is threatening.
You know that their starting pay is $80,000.
Yeah,
a year.
Yeah,
and then I think they're asking for a 50% raise.
Yeah, it's because the union. So the reason they're asking for that money is a lot of it's going automated. So they're laying off people, which is it's a unionized thing. So the unions built those ports.
Yeah.
So that's why they're union based, right? Yeah. So that's why all the employees are union, because the unions literally built the ports.
Yeah.
So I actually know a lot about this. So it's happened in California a couple of years ago. The same thing happened.
Long Beach, right?
They ended up laying off half of the employees because they went to automation. So that's what they're fighting for here. They're like, hey, you're laying off all of our people because automation, we want more money then. They're starting to fight over it. And it's like, hey, the ports are the most important thing in our country. And if you don't want to pay them what their value is, so when you work for a port, it's a slightly government entity.
Yeah.
You can't say no to stuff. They're like, hey, so the rules are different. So in the United States, there's labor laws, right? So they say hey, you can only work this many days in a row. It's in the laws.
It's interesting.
The ports aren't like that. They make them work 150 days in a row.
It was interesting because I know there was a minute where China was, if they didn't, they were trying to buy a few of the ports, and they were already in the process of purchasing it. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, I didn't let them
How the fuck are you guys even get close to buying a port?
Yeah. The most important thing that's happened with the ports in the last 20 years in the United States is that between so I think it was actually the state of Texas got all this money together and paid to have the fucking Panama Canal widened.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but it just got finished recently.
Oh, really?
And then when they finish it in the last 5 years, they revamped Galveston and Houston, the port that's there,
to take in more.
So now, because California is so punitive on the way that they take ships from overseas, so in California, if you want to put a container on a truck, it can only be one style of truck, and there's not a lot of those built. So what they do is those guys who drive those trucks smash to the port, and they smash out of state as quick as possible, Arizona or Nevada. They drop off the containers and go back because only X amount of trucks. And that's one of the reasons the ports are so fucked up here is because the trucks that move the equipment out of the ports. So because of that, Houston or Texas saw this advantage. Hey, let's get the fucking people to bring the shit to Houston, because before there was no advantage because it took longer and it cost more.
Mm-hmm.
But now it costs more, but it's quicker because of how many boats are waiting off the shores.
They can come closer.
No, the boats that are waiting off the shore of California might have to wait for 30 days.
Yeah.
Well, in that time, they can already get to Houston and unload.
Yeah.
So it's worth the extra money to drive to Houston, which is China. The closest port is Long Beach.
So it's really not a negative for Long Beach because those. I mean,
but
You're always going to have boats there.
Yeah.
Only it's beneficial for the companies because they're going to be able to just save time and go there. Yeah, so it's a win-win for everybody.
But now, with that, those ports are closing too. I know the southern coast ports closed. So like Miami, I think Louisiana, the other ones like in the Gulf Coast, those ones closed too because they're all the same union. So now this is going to boost the California economy just by proxy.
Over here.
Well, the only ones that actually go there are the ones that come from Europe. The Chinese ones don't fucking drive around South America or go through the Suez Canal or through the whatever the canal down there. So it's the ones coming from there. So now those motherfuckers are going to come here because those ports are going to be closed indefinitely.
Yeah,
and like that is the whole U.S. economy is based on the shit coming from overseas.
Too, because they're union, but this is going to drive more automation, and they're going to drive more people. Like this is why we need more automation. It's going
to drive two things: more automation, also
AI.
All these things it's going to drive, but it's also going to say, "Hey, Samsung did this. Why are we building shit overseas? Let's build it in the United States."
And then you don't have to. Well, that would be.
You don't have to worry about the ports.
That would be great for our manufacturing.
So the biggest investment in U.S. history by a foreign country is Samsung. Samsung put something like $40 billion in Texas to build this crazy microchip factory. Guess where all those microchips are going to go to? Not going to TVs. They're all going to the U.S. government because there's a law that says that fucking microchips have to come from the U.S. So foreign countries are investing in us. Why are we not investing in us?
Yeah.
That's why I make my shit in America.
Yep. And Origin Geese, another big company.
I just wish I liked their geese. I don't like them.
They feel like pants.
Like I saw. Where was I at? I was somewhere.
Well, Misa has one.
Yeah, his kind of feels like pants. Yeah, you're right. His feels like khakis.
Yeah, like khakis.
Yeah. But they had a little booth last year at Masterworld.
They did this year. I went and looked at it. I didn't like any of them.
I really wanted one.
They had some sales. They're still expensive, which is fine. You know, I'd be down to support.
They're only $300. I mean, not only, but it's like
they were like with the sale. I think they were $250.
I just paid $179 for keys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they were on sale for
like $250. $400 for the keys.
But I didn't really like the keys. Like I was like, none of these are. I like their jackets. They're so fucking.
I want to get some of their boots.
Their boots look sick.
And their jeans look nice.
Their jeans do.
I was gonna buy some of the jeans, but they don't have 100. I wanted like 100% cotton.
Just their story about that factory was I was like, fuck, that's dope. They had that factory. It shut down, and they went in to the city, revamped the factory, and hired all the people that were working in that factory to work that same fucking equipment.
The one in the south or the one in Maine? They have
two factories. One in Maine.
Yeah, they did the same thing in the south.
I thought that was amazing.
So Pete, the guy that actually owns Origin, it's Pete and this Brazilian dude, and then Jocko's like a lower level partner. But he's like the face of the company.
Yeah.
But it's this dude, Pete, and this Brazilian dude that actually own it. They started Origin. Pete somehow knew this jean manufacturer in the South and bugged him for years. He's like, sell me this fucking factory. Sell it to me. And then finally he met Pete's wife and was like, okay, I'll sell it to you. And he's like, you don't want to just close it down, right? He's like, no, we want to fucking make jeans in the U.S. And the dude finally sold it to him. But Origin's doing really, really cool shit. They're really going after like the jiu-jitsu crowd and really going after like the tactical crowd.
And the work.
But their workwear is more tactical. You can't really work in their shit. Because I really wanted to buy some of their jeans, but they're the style of jeans I like. They're like skinny jeans and they're stretchy and shit. But you can't work in those. Like if I go to weld. If you weld in jeans, they might get scorched. If you weld in fucking those, they melt and they melt holes in them and they hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not going to spend $300 on jeans that melt.
This is the second conversation we've had about jeans.
That's why I wear these fucking khakis. Always.
I think it was when we were at the getting drunk. We had a conversation about jeans and how you're not.
What else did you have a conversation about?
You're not supposed to have washed jeans.
You're supposed to not wash them.
Like. All the time, like once in a while.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about how some people take their jeans and throw them in the freezer.
Yeah, and then shake them out.
So it kills all the germs and bacteria. I remember they were like,
You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that selvage jeans.
What's that?
It's a type of denim.
Oh, the type of denim. Yeah, but we were talking about that because I was like, I wash my jeans maybe like, I don't know, once, like every 5 or 6 wears maybe.
Yeah, I haven't worn straight jeans in a while, but yeah, I would just wash them once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd wear them all week and then
I don't wear them all week.
Or if I notice they smell.
Yeah. Or if you drop something on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just having this conversation about that. Like, it's so fucking random.
What else did you guys have a conversation about?
All kinds of stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I don't got anything else. You got anything else? That it?
It's a good week. I got something else. What? 2 things. 40 and Fighting hats are on the website. Go buy one. Stop being a bitch.
I'll link it. I'll put the link down below.
I was gonna drop the new Smash Everyone shirt tomorrow, but I decided I'm gonna put up a poll about that shirt. Go vote on the poll, and then I'll release the shirt.
All right, do that. Anyways, peace.
Megaton Lifestyle.